Alrighty, so today we've got a video analysis going down on myself, Kevin A. Chung, Ryan Dominic, and Rico Florentino. So I would say if I were to rate this hit, we're all around 4.3 to 4.5 level. We're actually helping Ryan and Rico prepare for a tournament this upcoming weekend, playing in 4.5 APA in Toronto. So it's a Toronto run tournament. These guys are heavy in the tournament scene, great players, really strong dinks, drives, solid game, solid foundations, solid fundies. So, gonna analyze it here, see what errors that Kevin and I made, what we can work on as a partnership, just things to highlight. What I'm trying to work on, what I came into this hit with the intention of working on, is to drop my thirds more. I have a high tendency to drive my third, which is fine. Honestly, it kind of sets up my fifth nice, but I do like to go into to any hit that I go into, I like to have a goal in mind, something that I'm working on, just so I don't feel like I'm losing my edge. I always want to be learning and progressing in this game. Yeah, so Ryan actually was more a little warm up point. But yeah, a little background story on Ryan. Ryan is a seasoned veteran tournament player. And when I first started, Ryan and Rico are such nice guys, man. They introduced me to the scene. They were really inviting. They honestly became some of my first friends in the tournament scene. And yeah, they've come so far. Like I believe they started in 3.5 and worked their way up to now. Ryan's playing in the open division, which is awesome. Rico is just right under him, playing in the 4.5 division. So these guys are solid, man. Good fundamentals. Having a hard time getting a point going. Kevin starts up with a body bag. We'll take it. Let's go. All right. Okay, nice deep serve. Drops a little high. You know what? Kevin's got a loopy drop there, but it works. Drops right in the kitchen, right there, right where we want it. That's a good spot. So that's a good point. Even though your shot may seem loopy, especially on a reset, if it's dropping in an unattackable spot in the kitchen, it's a good shot. Allowed us to come up to the kitchen there. We just made an error once we got up. All right, nice. Get a little dink rally going. Pop up, but even with the pop up, my hands are there, dude. I'm ready on the counter. Got you, Kevin. Got you. So I really enjoy playing with Kevin. One, he's a lefty, really, really strong lefty, and our spacing when we started uh, partnering together, our spacing almost immediately was good. Like we didn't really have to communicate much on whose ball is which. It was just a little, hey man, like you could take the thirds. That's a nice little drive. He caught me there. So if we pause, go back here. So in this instance, I have a tendency to do this a lot, but what I don't even realize I'm doing is I'm popping the ball up, right? I'm hitting it in this area of the court. If Rico was moved up a little bit, he would easily be able to actually just speed that ball up on me. Look at where I am right now. My actual body, my frame, I am not in a ready position to counter that ball. So I think what I need to be more intentional of, especially when I'm attacking, like I kind of just gave him a freebie right there. I allowed him to essentially, I know he's got good fundamentals. He could take the ball well off the pop up. I allowed him to essentially give him an easy ball, right? Kevin's moving them around. Just reset things, popped it up a little too high. So even on the pop up, we went a little too far there. Even on the pop up here, okay, keep going, one more dink. See, that's high, but look at my body position, right? Look at me. I'm not even ready. And this is crucial. I think when people look back on their games, they should really take into account the small nuances that they're doing at the kitchen, because the points can go by so quick. But I am not in a ready position. That ball's already over the net. I'm watching it, which is fine. This is actually I bring it over from tennis, but I have a tendency to watch my ball a little too much. I'm still watching that ball. I'm not ready. I'm not ready there. So exactly what happens, what's about to happen. I deserved to lose this point. He hits the ball back. I'm slightly ready, but my paddle's not even out. My paddle's got to be out. I got to be ready for that next ball, and I miss, or I don't miss, but I'm not ready for the counter. So something to know. I believe they're at one. Okay. It's a nice attempted drop. I mean, it was a very good drop from Rico. But in that instance, Kevin should have let the ball bounce, and then he hits it back, right? There again. We could add a little bit of pace for keeping them back. That was really good. So we were keeping them back well. I think that's something that Kevin and I do. We're not afraid to attack that ball. If you give it to us high, we're going to give it back even harder. So that's really good. There. Lazy. Just lazy. In this instance, I got to get down more, prepare for that ball. Also my footwork, so I'm standing really close to the baseline, right? I should be at least 2 to 3 feet back on that baseline. These guys return well, I know that. All right, good drop. Get up to the kitchen quick. Get the play. We're playing to our strengths. We're strong together at the kitchen. Boom, nice counter. That's good. I'll take that point. I don't think we did too much wrong there. That was well curated. Hi. Good drop. That's in, yeah. See there, I was reaching, right? So in this instance here, see in that position there, that frame, there's no need for me to be that stretched out on a dink. I'm actually failing to not fully come up to the line. I should be a lot more on the line, hugging that line. And I should just be moving laterally on that. I should be getting behind the ball. I'm playing lazy. So to give me some grace, this was 2 hours into our hit. But I really should be getting behind that ball. That's not good. And it leads to a pop-up, right? And an easy put away for Ryan. Okay. A little area there from Ryan. You don't see that often, but we'll take it. You're laughing it off. Sorry, 4-2. That's a lot better. So I got my feet behind the ball. Gave myself time to position. Kevin loves the body bags, man. Plays like a true American. Yeah, so if we analyze that point there, we can go back. Okay, I'm gonna highlight something. Nice still frame for me there. I really should have been ready for that counter. I saw Ryan poaching, right? If we go back to that frame, try and get it frame by frame. Pop up. I see Ryan poaching. I have a tendency to do this. I'm kind of just watching. Like, I'm kind of, cigarette in the mouth, watching the game. I'm spectating the game. I'm not actually a part of this match, especially in this position. I'm a spectator. I'm not actually a player. What I really should be doing, I should be in a ready position. I should be down squatted at the kitchen line, ready for that next ball. This is not going to lead to a point or a good counter. And that's exactly it. I even got the face there, like I'm all surprised. Like, what? After watching that entire sequence go down, that's so funny. Yep, and it leads to an overhead, easy put away for them. So again, it's a lot of what I'm noticing for me in the 4.0, 4.5 range when I play with strong players is it's a lot of not being prepared enough for that ball. Like even these small errors, like if you're prepared for every shot that comes at you, man, you'd be so surprised how many more balls you put back. I really um, encourage anybody that plays pickleball to record their videos because you learn so much about yourself. Like, you know, these minor errors, these minor things can be easily fixed up if you analyze video, analyze footage. Man, you get so much better. Little error, it's okay. It happens. So they're running with momentum right now. Maybe 5-4 to them. That's a good put away from me. Nice deep return, takes it on his backhand, and that's a really advantageous thing to think about when you're playing in your games as well. A lot of players off of the return for their third don't have the strongest backhand. So if you can, try to aim for the backhand more on your third shots. Decent drop, not low enough. Still get to the kitchen though. Nice. Kevin did a really good job at moving Rico around there, not letting him feel comfortable at the kitchen and within that point. Great drive. Kevin's got such a strong drive. And that's it too, guys. Like, if you have strong shots that you're comfortable and confident with, use them. Just because you're playing doubles instead of singles doesn't mean you can't drive, right? A lot of content out there, a lot of people say to drop the ball, but there's nothing wrong with a strong drive if you have it. So this is a good example of poor positioning on Kevin and I's part here, right? So our spacing is a little too wide. So on this contact, as he's making contact here, I'm way too far away from Kevin. I really should be covering more of the middle. And you only really want to be an arm length away from your partner, especially when you're in a vulnerable position. Like we're about to move up. We're about to be in no man's land after this hit, right? So here we move up, we're in no man's land. Okay, we're still spaced out way too far. Way too far. This spacing, this is no good. This is around like, I don't know, I would say 5 feet away from each other. We want to reduce that down to 3. So this is not a good gap to have between us. Boom. I put it away. All right. Again, also we're not really ready for the ball. So we're playing lazy, a little tired. It's all right. Move on. Okay. So I get lucky there. That drive was flying out, but Rico saved me. Even as we were playing, yeah, you could tell we're getting a bit tired. We're all a little sweaty. Serves are getting a little shallower. Turns are getting a little shallower. Starting to make some errors at the baseline. A little too many. Nice. Way to be, Kevin. Good attacks. Nice lob. Great pickup. That was great. Well done. We did. I will give myself some credit there. I played really well in the transition zone, or right before the transition zone there, kind of 3 feet off the baseline. That's a sweet spot for me. Seems like Kevin can't get his drives off this game. See, when you record your games, you analyze it. You don't even recognize like. I love doing this because then you can see, not that see the like you can analyze where you're making mistakes, but you can also see where your partner makes mistakes and send it to them. Talk about it afterwards because sometimes I find it's hard to kind of figure out what you're maybe doing wrong in a game. You gotta record your games, man. It's really important. Ah, again, lazy. I really got to shift there. I got to play on that line. Nice slice return. Take him deep. Perfect. Oh, so you know what? I feel like here, feel like on contact here. I made a drop, so this may happen to you guys in your games as well. You take the time to set up a nice shot for yourself at the baseline. What you don't realize, like what I didn't even realize, like I'm dead, like my eyesight is right on that ball. I'm not looking up at all. I didn't notice that in that moment they made a nice shot, so they're moving up, right? They're playing at the kitchen line. They are in the attack zone. They're in the attacking zone, right? So we're playing defense. Okay. I make a drop. Good drop. I had some time there. Look, I'm watching that shot. So is Kevin actually. You know what? We're both watching this shot. We really need to make contact and start moving our asses up to the kitchen line. We're really not moving here. So again, lazy pickleball, but I make that shot. Look at how far I am in the kitchen, or sorry, at the base. I'm like 3 feet off of the baseline here. Brian sees that. He's such a smart player, and he just drops me. Simple, right? And I gotta rush to the kitchen. Boom! I almost take out the net. So that's a great analysis. This is another great reason why you record yourself. But there, like, you really got to be moving up on those drops. Oh, great, Ernie. Great, Ernie Rico. Good setup. Nice deep serve. Side out. Turn. Works for us, although that was communication error. That's my forehand. So if you're playing the left side ever and you get a ball that's coming down the middle like that, emphasize the left side player always takes that if it's on their forehand all day. Yeah, I gotta be ready for that ball. Again, spectating. I'm a spectator. That was just bad. I wasn't fooling anybody with that speed up. 7. Now they're 8. Yep, we got an error there. This game's getting close. So we also allowed them to come back into the game, which is not good. Like in pickleball, it's all a game of momentum. Um, if you have a lead, try your best to keep it. Just because this game is yeah, so much so momentum based, and if you let the opposite team run with a few points, you can really start to feel mentally you can start feeling the game almost getting away from you because it's so quick as well, right? So remember to stay locked in for every point and to try and keep your leads if you can. Honestly, good idea to drop there. Like, I won't give myself grief for that. That's a good shot placement. It's just the execution just landed a little bit off the line. Rico tried to do the same thing with me. We're testing each other's backhands there. I like it. Take that. Little error. Nice deep serve. Turn. Keep him back, Jake. Good job. Back. We're at the kitchen. Getting behind the ball well there on my dinks. Nice. All right. That's good. I like that. I'm happy with that. I got behind the ball. Got myself into a nice position to hit back a reset dink. Stay in the rally. That was good pressure that Kevin added. He just needed to stay up at the kitchen line a bit more after his first speed up. He backed up off the line and it allowed Ryan to have a little bit of real estate on winning that point there. Very high dink. Oh, that's my fault. That's my bad. Too high on the dink. Too high. Pop that boy up. Oh, that is too funny. That's too funny. Kevin knew that was out. Actually, you know what? It was hard to tell. Like, I actually started to think as that ball went over the net, because Ryan does have a good tendency to loop his balls. Like, his balls tend to just somehow fall into the court. So it wasn't wrong of him to hit it. He just hesitated. He should have committed earlier. All right, so here's a perfect example. In the lead, we're up, what, 9-5? Now we're down 12-10. This game is so momentum based, man. You let them get a few points, get a little bit ahead of you, and it's anyone's game. It's the beauty of it. Nice. Great spot, Kev. Great spot. Way to move him around. So Ryan was playing in the middle. He forces out a far dink, or wide dink. Gets him moving at the kitchen. That's what we like to see. We always want our opponent moving. We don't want them ever to feel comfortable. Ah, that speed up. Dude, here. I'm way here. Right here. So my arm is in, right? I need to be out. I need to have my paddle out, ready, and taking away time. Mostly like with my arm, if my arm is extended out here, right? I take that second of time away from their reaction and I can actually pop it right back into Rico's feet. So actually in this point I do make a mistake. One, I'm late to the speed up, and two, I'm actually targeting the player who's ready for a counter. So Ryan's ready cross court. Rico is not. He finishes through with his shot. If I placed that speed up back in his feet here, I have a much higher percentage chance of winning that point off of an error alone. But I gave it to the player who's standing ready for the counter, and he just puts it away. All right. We do a good job though getting back in this game. We're at 12-12. Nice. Taking air. I think Ryan was going up for that pop-up dink that he likes that goes right over the shoulder. Very deceptive player. That shot is, as much as it looks out, sometimes he has a high percentage chance of actually having that ball land in. Nice get, Kev. Great wide dink. Oh, that's such a good ATP. I gotta back up and be ready for that. All day. Alright. Went off of a or we get a point off a return error. Oh, we may have messed up the score here. Oops. Great put away, right? Great put away. Drop. Dang. Winner, winner, winner. Okay, no. We have not won yet. It's 14-13. Nice. And we finish with an overhead in the kitchen. We're at the transition zone. Good game. Yeah, so mostly what I'll take note of here is we popped up the ball a little too much, beat ourselves at the baseline, and I didn't move my feet enough at the kitchen. Spacing as well. But overall, good game.